Okay, so hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So till now we have started seeing the doubly linked list and we have seen some of the operation on the doubly linked list as well. That is the insert at beginning and finding the length and printing the list and making the list. So what we will be covering in this video is how to insert a node in a doubly linked list at the end of the linked list. Okay, so at the end of the doubly linked list. Don't get confused. Okay, insert at end. Okay, so this is our target. We have given one list of type doubly linked list, and we want to insert the new node in that list, existing list, at the end of the linked list. Okay, so this is the task that we want to perform. Okay, so here you can see this is our new node. This is our new node. Try to follow my pointer. Its previous is this and next is this. Both are pointing towards the null itself, and this is our list. 1 2 3 4 elements are there in the existing double linked list, and this is our head, which is pointing to the first element in the list, and this is our tail, which is pointing to the last element in the list. So remember, in our previous video we have talked about the insertion at the beginning, where we have formed all the operation using the head itself, because head represents the first element in the list and tail represents the last. So in this video we will be talking how to insert a node in the last. So for that we require a tails access, so that we can perform all the operation at the last, which is at the end of the linked list. Okay, so to perform those operations we'll just simply see how we can do this. Okay, so now first thing first, we have to check whether the list is empty or not. Like we have seen in our previous video, if the list is empty, then we'll simply assign the heads value to the new node and tails value itself to the new node. We don't have to take care of the all those things, whether it is we are inserting at the first, we are inserting at the end. Since it is the first node in the list, there is no first and last in that list. Okay, so we have to check that corner case as well. We will check that in our KA code, and else if that is not the case, here you can see this. If it is the case that there are some elements, there are some nodes which are present inside that list, so in that case we have to perform some operations so that we can uh, enter this node at the end of the linked list. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we'll assign the tail dot next is equal to new node. So this is our tail, which is currently the last element, and we'll assign the tails next to the new node. We'll make since the tails next is pointing towards a null, because since it is the last node, with this next is pointing towards null, we will make that next to point to our the new node. Okay, and we will assign new node dot previous is equal to tail. We will assign this, we will make this connections. Okay, and after making this connection, both next and previous connection, we will just simply write new node dot next is equal to null. So if we are inserting this node inside this doubly linked list, so this will come at the very end of the list. Okay, so its null next should be pointing to the null. Okay, after performing after creating those two links, we'll just simply make this next to point null. Okay, so it will represent yeah, this is the end of the list. You can't move forward. Okay, so these are operations that we have to perform. So let's go and code it out. Okay, let me get into my IDE. Okay, so we'll make one function as usual. We'll write public static, and we are trying to insert a node in the linked lists. Okay, so after that we have to return a new list, that is the updated list, to the method. Okay, so for that we will write node, the return type should be node d, and we will write the function name as insert at end, and here we are trying to pass the head of the list, so that our method should get the access to the entire list by passing the head of the list, that is the first node of the list. Okay, and here we will just simply print enter the data you want to insert. Quickly I will write enter the data that you want to insert. Okay, and after that we will simply create one new variable of type data, and we'll write sc.nextInt and get that data. And since we have now the data, we want to insert a new node. We have to create that node. We'll create that node like new node D, new node D, and we'll pass the data to the constructor of that node D class. And again, as I told you, we have to check the base case of the corner case. That is, if the head is equals to null, and our tail is also equals to null. That means there is no node inside the list. The list that we have given over here to this method is empty, and there is no node inside that list. In that case, we will simply write head is equals to tail is equals to new node. That's it. And if that is not the case, we will get into the else part, and we will write tail dot next is equals to new node D. And so by writing this line, what I mean is tail dot next is equal to new node D. Here you can see this is our last element, and this is next is pointing towards null, so its next is should not point to the null anymore. We will take that next and make it point towards our new node. Okay, so now the tails next should point to the new node, and after that we will write new node D, new node D dot previous should point to the tail. Okay, what I mean by writing this line is new node this its previous should point to the tail. All right, so we are trying to make this connection from the previous last node and our new last node. Okay, so we are trying to make that connection. After making that connection, we will simply write new node is equals to, not new node at next is equals to null. After making that connection successfully, we our updated last node's next should point to the null. We'll make that make it to pointing towards the nulls, and we will simply return the head of the list. That is our updated list. Okay, so let me go here. We are trying to perform insert operations. We will just simply comment it out. We don't want to insert at beginning now, and we will write node the new head is equal to insert at end, and we will pass the head of the list to this method. And after that, after performing this operation, we have to check whether the node is getting inserted at the end. For that, we have written our print list method in our previous video. If you haven't watched that, go and watch that first. Don't come and sit idle over here. And we will pass the length also over here. Okay, so we will just simply run this to check whether all these working fine. 1 2 3 4 5. Let me just give -1. So element in the list is 1 2 3 4 5, and the length of the list is 5. Okay, so here it is asking the enter the data that you want to insert. Okay, so let's suppose I want to insert 10, and I will hit enter. Okay, so here you can see element in the list are 1 2 3 4 5 and 10, and the length of the list is 6 because we have added one more node at the end of the linked list successfully. Okay, so this is the operation that we want to perform in this video. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.